So, welcome back to those who are participating in the Shocker Strong Resilience Program. Our first episode is going to be about friendship, making new friends, and strengthening your connections with old friends. So, something to keep in mind is when you go to college, a lot of us are moving away from home. Maybe we're going to another state, and we're leaving back friends and family that we grew up with, right? And so sometimes it's hard to remain connected to those individuals back home, especially when you're trying to make connections and new friends there on campus, right? So don't forget to reach out to some of your friends and family back home. It can be something short and sweet, just a nice, hey, how are you? I'm thinking about you. It doesn't need to be anything big. So remember to try to keep those expectations low and take some of the pressure off of yourself. A lot of this is just remembering that during COVID and having us all be kind of separated or isolated, just reaching out to somebody and saying, hey, I'm thinking of you can mean a lot. So don't feel like you have to do too much. Something else that's really important for us too is just getting that human connection, right? So a lot of with COVID, we have to stay in isolation. We're not able to go out as frequently. So don't forget to and I'm sure we're all a little Zoom fatigued. I get it. But utilizing Zoom or FaceTime in fun ways is a great way to connect with your friends and your family. Something that I'll do with my mom is sometimes we'll have like a dinner date. So you can have a dinner date with friends or family back home. You can have a cocktail hour, or you can have just like a board game. I've seen some people like play board games together. So you can still have great, meaningful connections with your friends and family back home. And you can still have it on a really deep level, even though you may not be face to face and in person. So try to be creative, think outside the box, but also make sure to just take it easy and keep things kind of short, sweet, and to the point. Just checking in and to see how your friends are doing. Also, sending memes is like the new love language. So meme your friends, guys. The next thing we have is making new friends. Now, I'm sure we're all familiar with starting off at a new school or a new job and kind of having to make friends from scratch, right? Find your people or your tribe, if you will. So something that you can do is WSU has a bunch of really awesome groups and organizations, both student-led and led by different departments. And while things are a bit different with COVID, don't forget to keep checking that. As we get going into the semester, there are going to be really cool events that are going to come up, both virtual, hopefully in person down the line. But make sure to keep up with those events pages and check out the calendar, especially on your MyWSU or checking out our wichita.edu website. Something else that's going to be good once we start getting into some groups or you start maybe discovering people that you like, or even roommates, right? You're talking with your roommate and you're like, yeah, I think I'm vibing with this person. Take small steps out of your comfort zone. So let's say if you're not, you want to have a movie night with your roommate, but you're really nervous about asking and you really would prefer someone else ask you. Maybe that's when you take that step and go, okay, I've got a movie, I'm just going to ask, right? So take those small steps and branch out a little bit. Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone and make the first move. Something else too to keep in mind when I mentioned finding your tribe, I know a lot of us feel like, oh, we've got to find our group or our clique, right? If you like video games, you've got to all be with video games. If you like animals, it's got to all be with animals. But honestly, life doesn't work out like that, right? We're not all into just one thing and that thing only. So don't be afraid to branch out. In high school, I created my own group of people, my own tribe, if you will. And we were from all over. I mean, we had smart kids in our group, but we also had kids that were just kind of the class clown and would come around and say, hey, and chat with us and then dip. You'd be really surprised all the different people and different personalities that are here at WSU. So whether you're meeting people through some virtual events or on person, or if it's on your dorm or residence hall, find things that you have in common. I think you'd be really surprised about the different types of things that people enjoy and what brings them together. So challenge yourself, branch out, and get out of that comfort zone. As I mentioned, there's lots of different ways to get involved. I did mention the SGA, and goes to say with Greek life as well. They're the Office of, there it is, Office of Student Involvement. You can go either check their website out or go to them for all types of great information about groups and clubs. You can also check out Shocker Sync. It has a list of our 350 plus organizations. You can also check out, like I said, the university calendar. The Office of Diversity and Inclusion also throws a lot of really awesome events, especially during things like February for Black History Month, or all the different types of events for Women's History Month as well. Very cool. I also want to add to that remaining active during COVID is important too. So check out our YMCA and Heskett Center for information on recreational activities, any classes, and there might even be a video that they've put out for you to do right in your own dorm room. And so just remember, guys, to wrap this up, you can find links to all the videos and articles related to friendship on our blackboard.wichita.edu, and it'll be in module 1. So make sure to check that out. They've got a lot of great videos on there. I think you're going to really enjoy the stuff. Don't forget to go to wichita.edu/shockerstrong to see how participating in this program could land you a $500 book scholarship. Until next time, guys.